Alright, y'all. We are blanching tomatoes. We're canning them today. We're going to put some tomatoes up. We've got some really nice non-GMO beefsteak tomatoes here that were they're from Tifton, Georgia. They what?
We've cored them and we've washed them. Washed them and cored them, and now we're fixing to peel them.
Okay, I don't know if you heard it, but she said we washed them, we cored them. Now we're fixing to peel them. All right, guys. Now we've put the tomatoes in an ice bath, and basically it's going to make them easier to peel. Okay, so we've blanched them, which we boiled them for about 30 seconds or so. Took them out, put them in here, and this is a lot. We've got about 50 pounds of tomatoes in here.
Now we're just, because we've blanched the tomatoes, you can just peel the skin right off. And
So
some of them might stick, but not much. And it just peels right off. And you just, there's another one. The skin just peeled right off.
what do you do after this?
Well, I'm putting them over into a pot, and in a few minutes we're going to core them.
When I was sleeping back there, it was the first time in the past few days that I've actually slept without my back hurting.
See, this is what happens when you're doing tomatoes. The lady folks like to chit chat and such and forth. All right, so we've got the tomatoes peeled.
Yeah.
And we've got a bunch of them, y'all. This is how many pounds, you say? 50 pounds today?
3 more pounds.
Well, basically what I was going to say, guys, is the skin's off. And now she's quartering these.
And we're going to pack them in our quart jars.
And we'll move on to that step in just a second. Alright, y'all. We have quartered the tomatoes. And they smell fantastic, man. Oh my God, they smell good. I've had a couple while we were here. Now, what? Show me the product that you have here and what you're doing with this.
Right now, I'm putting a half a teaspoon of citric acid, which is a ball product, in each
jar.
Each jar. I've already put a teaspoon of salt in every jar. Now, this is according to the Ball Blue Book of Canning, but you can use a half a teaspoon of real lemon or fresh lemon juice.
Understand that you need to clean your jars. You need to wash them, sanitize them as best as possible.
Wash them with warm soapy water, and then run them through your dishwasher on the sanitize cycle. Leave them in the dishwasher until you are ready to use them.
And
don't touch your rims, and don't touch the inside of the can.
I know most of you already know this, but I know there's some folks out there that probably never can, that might want to can for the first time. And we just want to go over those simple rules really quick.
We've washed our lids, and now we've put them in warm water, and you don't bring them to a boil, you just put them in good warm water, and let them, the rings, the little plastic ring around the edge,
it's going to soften,
right there,
right?
It gets soft, so you can seal your jar.
What are we doing now, Sherry?
I'm packing my jars.
You packing a jar. What are we doing now?
Lifting our lids and putting them on our tomatoes, and putting a washed ring on the can, on the jar.
So our washed rings are sanitized, sterilized.
They're washed rings.
All right, now we have filled them. We've put the lids on. We put the rings around. We've got our big, what kind of bucket would you call this?
Water bath canner.
We got a big water bath canner. And now, what do we do now?
Now you take your jars and you lift them into the canner. You need to make sure that they're covered with the water down into the canner.
You also want to make sure that you don't have too much water in here so it will overflow. And how long does this go for?
It needs to it needs to process for 40 minutes.
So does it need to boil?
Bye-bye. And you need to leave it at the same temperature. It's going to stay at the same temperature.
Will this boil?
Yes, this will boil.
A vigorous boil or a slight simmer?
A rolling boil.
Slight simmer.
A rolling boil.
Okay, this is what's going to sterilize everything, y'all. Okay, it's been 40 minutes. And we are going to go ahead and pull these on out of here. Hon, you need to use some sort of mitten don't think you're Superwoman. Or you could be Superwoman. Are you Superwoman?
I don't know. I can't get the darn mittens on my hands.
Oh, you're so patriotic with your red and blue.
Alright, you're going to need to move out of the way because these have to be put on the...
Alright, tell us what instrument you're using now.
This is just my can lifter.
Alright guys, what we're going to do is basically go ahead and pull all these out of the water now. And just let them sit here. And what happens when they sit here, babe?
They cool, and as they cool, they seal.
The pressure inside will automatically, as it cools, suck all the air. It'll want to suck air into the jar, and as it does that, it will actually, you'll hear the lid start to pop. That means they're sealed. I wanted to add that when your jars come out of your cooker, you're going to see that there's a bow at the top of the lid. Okay, so the tops of the lids will kind of bow out, and as the pressure redistributes itself, you're going to see the lid, it'll suck itself in. Okay, so you'll get a concavity here, and that's when you know that your jar has sealed. You'll hear it pop. You'll hear that, and you'll know that your jar is sealed and your tomatoes are good for, I don't know, man, 2-3 years in these things, maybe longer. So there you go. Tomato Cannon 101, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave comments, like, subscribe, share, you know, do whatever. I really appreciate everything you guys do to support this channel. I'll see you on the other side, guys. Bye.